The Forged in the Fog PTB chapter is finally here, and with it come a brand new killer, a brand new survivor, and a brand new map. So this video is just going to break all of those down into a little bitty bite-sized information chunk for you so that you can find out everything you need to know about this new chapter before its general release on the 22nd of November of this year. And remember, if you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more Dead by Daylight stuff from me, please do leave a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow and it will help me hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But without much further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with the survivor, who goes by the name of Vittorio Toscano, and let's just acknowledge that Behavior have given the Dead by Daylight community, one of the horniest communities in gaming right now, another survivor with absolute daddy energy. We see you, Behavior. We know what you're doing. Now, he brings with him 3 new perks, which are Potential Energy. So after working on a generator for 8 uninterrupted seconds, you can press the Active Ability 2 button to activate the perk. When the perk is active, repairing the generator will charge this perk instead of making the generator progress. For each 1.5% of generator repair, the perk will gain 1 token up to 20 tokens. While this perk has at least 1 token and you are working on a generator, you can then press the active ability button again to consume all of the tokens and instantly make the generator progress by 1% for each token. The perk then deactivates and is available for use straight away afterwards. Now, if you do have any tokens and you lose a health state, you will lose all of your tokens immediately, and missing a skill check will also lose some of your tokens. This seems like a really interesting perk, which I can definitely see being used in some gen rushing builds. His second perk is Fogwise. Hitting a great skill check while repairing a generator reveals the killer aura to you for 6 seconds. Might be an interesting one to pair with something like Stakeout and Hyperfocus so you can get really good gen speeds whilst also keeping an eye on where the killer is in the match at the same time. And his third perk is Quick Gambit. When you are chased within 24 meters of any generator, any other survivor working on that generator receives an 8% speed boost to the repair action. Now, I can see this being really good if, like, you've got 1 gen left, the killer is on somebody, and you just need to make sure that that gen gets completed as quickly as possible. Might be a really good perk to kind of use in those kind of situations, just to really push that last bit of gen completion towards the end. And that's basically it about the survivor. Moving on to the killer. The killer's name is Tahos Kovacs. Please excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. I am a British man. We suck with pronunciation. But he is otherwise known as the Knight, and he brings some really interesting stuff into the game. Let's start with his perks. The first one is Nowhere to Hide. Whenever you damage a generator, reveal the aura of all survivors standing within 24 meters of your position for 5 seconds. Now, not only will this give away any survivors who are trying to like stay around the area and hop immediately back onto the gen, but even if you just push a survivor off a gen and then kick it, you immediately know which direction they've gone in. So it can be a really good perk to damage and then continue chase with. His second perk is a brand new hex perk called Face the Darkness. Injuring a survivor by any means lights a dual totem, activates this perk, and hexes that survivor. While the hex is active, all of the survivors outside your terror radius will scream intermittently, revealing their auras for 2 seconds each time. Other survivors can also see the aura of the cursed survivor for 8 seconds. When the survivor enters the dying state or becomes healthy, the hex totem becomes dull again and this perk deactivates. The perk is permanently disabled, however, once its hex totem is cleansed. This could be a really cool perk to pair with things like Trail of Torment or even Dark Devotion especially. You hit somebody who's the obsession, you hex them, and then you go and you look for people who are screaming whilst being undetectable. That could be a really fun combination, which I'm really interested to see people use. And the third perk is Hubris. Whenever you are stunned by a survivor, the survivor suffers from the exposed status effect for 20 seconds, with a cooldown of 20 seconds in between uses. Now, the only thing I see from this perk, to be honest, is yet another nurse buff. Like, can you imagine a nurse just kind of intentionally following you into a pallet to get stunned and then down straight away? It's Behavior, for the love of God, please stop buffing the nurse. Moving on to his power, the Guardia Compagnia. This seems like a really interesting power, I can't lie. So special ability is a guard summon. Tap the power button to activate guard summon mode. Once activated, move around to create a patrol path. While in guard summon mode, you can aim at a generator in progress, a down pallet, or a breakable wall and tap the attack button. This will summon a guard to complete the break action on the selected object. You can also tap the power button or drain the power gauge completely to end the guard summon mode. This will summon a guard who will follow and patrol the created path. There are 3 guards that are summoned in the same order each time. the Carnifex, who can break or damage objects faster, the Assassin, who moves faster during the hunt, and the Jailer, who patrols longer and is better at detection. While a guard is patrolling, he can spot and detect survivors. If a survivor is detected, the guard will move to their location, leave a standard on the ground, and start hunting the survivor for a set amount of time. The survivor can escape a guard by unhooking another survivor, grabbing the standard, or surviving until the hunt timer ends. If the survivor is successfully attacked by the guard or the knight, the guard will disappear. When a guard downs a survivor, the knight receives a Killer Instinct notification. Now, the possibilities of this are really interesting. It feels very similar to what we thought the artist was going to be when we first died, and still kind of is with her power, where you can pressure multiple survivors whilst chasing one. Also, I have seen it already being used for camping, as you can see in this little bit of footage. So I hope to God that behavior fix it so that you can't activate a guard around a hook within a certain distance, because, you know, the guard doesn't last very long, but even so, like, that can be kind of annoying, and it just kind of, again, promotes that passive camping ability. And of course, the final thing to show you about the killer is the Mori. So enjoy. And the final thing we get with this chapter is the Decimated Borgo, otherwise known as the Shattered Square, which is the brand new map. And honestly, the map looks really cool. It looks to be a really good map as well for like range killers such as Huntress and Trickster, who can throw things over the obstacles. Quite a large map as well, it feels like. So I'm really interested to see more of it as time goes on and to see how people respond to it once they've gotten a bit of experience on it. And that is about it. A quick stop tour of everything that you need to know about Forged in the Fog. I'm going to be streaming this Wednesday, the 2nd of November. So if you want to pop by my Twitch, please do. A link will be in the description. Drop me a follow over there. Give me some love. Self-promo, I know it's disgusting, but hey, it's my channel. I can do what I want. Shush. And also let me know what you think of the Forged in the Fog down in the comments. I'm really interested to see what people's initial knee-jerk reactions are to this. Obviously, people's opinions are going to change as we learn more about how the killers play, how the survivors' perks interact with everybody else's. But it's really interesting to see what people think straight off the bat. So remember to leave a comment down below and like the video if you enjoyed. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more Dead by Daylight content just like this. I will be uploading some gameplay that I do on the PTB as well over the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for that. But for now, go out there, be positive, enjoy the PTB. I hope you guys have a great time with it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you.